Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking the video and subscribing to the channel are free and easy for you, and they help me out a lot. If you want to go further with your support, Patreon and YouTube membership offer access to the BoshNRoll Discord community, early access to lists, written content, things like that. You can have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use YouTube membership, you also get sweet badges and emotes integrated here into YouTube. You can support the channel while you shop at tcgplayer.com by using my affiliate link in the video description, and you can play any deck anytime by using a cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. If you want to wear your support, check out the merch store. And of course, thanks for being here. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome back for another BoshNRoll video. Today at the request of Patreon subscriber Rob, I am taking a wild mono red brew into the modern queues. This is mono red Impact Tremors. The namesake card of this deck, 1 in a red enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Impact Tremors deals 1 damage to each opponent. This is an EDH staple. This is a common that you can get for $2.50. Wow, that is a crazy expensive common that just shows how popular this card is in real life. Also shows how few packs of Dragons of Tarkir were opened. But this is a popular strategy to go off with tokens in big formats. And by big, I mean 100 cards, not big as in Eternal, because we're playing non-rotating formats all the time on this channel. I've never seen this card before. Supplementing Impact Tremors is Purphoros, God of the Forge, which is like big Impact Tremors. Indestructible 6/5. You need Devotion to Red of 5 or greater, or else this isn't a creature. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Purphoros deals 2 to each opponent. And 2 in a red, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. This is an indestructible enchantment functionally that whenever a creature comes into play, you shock your opponents, and if you have enough creatures, you can start pumping them and attacking. What are we doing with all these ETB triggers? Who's entering the battlefield here? Well, we got Norin the Wary, of course. Whenever a player casts a spell or a creature attacks, exile Norin the Wary, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Anytime anyone does anything, Norin leaves play. Including Norin. If Norin attacks, he jumps out because a creature just attacked. Norin is a 2/1 that exists to come in and out of play, and that's all it really does. Which is great when you're dealing 1, 2, or if you have both, 3, or if you have multiples, maybe more damage per object. It's just a slow drain. Genesis Chamber. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, if Chamber is untapped, that creature's controller creates a 1/1 colorless mirror. So when Norin flickers back in, we get an extra creature that also triggers Impact Tremors and Purphoros. Goblin Rabblemaster is a creature that makes more creatures. Every turn it makes creatures. It can also win a game on its own if it's left unchecked. Backed by Fury and Lightning Bolt, we might actually be able to just ram in there. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. This is some technology I borrowed from Legacy Mono Red. This is becoming a staple in Legacy as well. Chapter 1, create a 2/2 red goblin creature token with whenever it attacks, make a treasure. Chapter 2, discard up to 2 cards. If you do, draw that many cards. Card selection is very important in a deck like this. Fable has been insane in that regard in Legacy. And the final chapter, exile this, it flips into Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. And then Reflection is 1 tap, create a token of another target legendary creature you control, except it has haste, sacrifice at the beginning of the end step. Activating Kiki-Jiki creates Impact Tremors triggers, and if those creatures create more creatures, like if you copy Rabblemaster, then you get another one, etc. If you copy Fury, you get to kill stuff. If you copy Seasoned Pyromancer, by the way, here's Seasoned Pyromancer. This is another red creature that makes 2 creatures while adding card selection. So these are basically like 8 copies of Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They're a little different on the edges, of course, but they're serving a similar role. Seasoned Pyromancer can be as many as 5 creatures with a single card, because it arrives, it discards cards, you get to make tokens if you discard non-lands, and then when this is in the graveyard, you can exile it to make 2 1/1 red elementals. And of course, here's Ragavan, because we're playing red in Modern. Why the hell not? How I'm planning to gum up the board until this works is Ensnaring Bridge and lots of removal. Between the Furies and the Lightning Bolts, that's a lot of pressure on creatures. Ensnaring Bridge, holding back the fort. Fury can help get your hand empty. So Bridge is just all the way on. I had builds of this drawn up where there were 3 or 4 bridges in the main, but I feel like with the amount of selection we have, we can probably get away with 2, but I do have the other 2 in the sideboard because there's a lot of matchups where that's just really important. And that's something I'm going to be keeping an eye on as this league progresses. Like, should this deck be playing towards a turn 3 ensnaring bridge every single game? If I were to add more bridges to the main, it would be at the expense of Rabble Master, because these 2 are not really a combo. I'm going to leave it as is, and we're just going to keep an eye on it. We'll see if we come back to regret that later in the deck, or in the revisit at the end. Among the lands here, 2 copies of Gemstone Cavern. Chrome Mox is banned in this format. Simian Spirit Guide banned in this format. All the things I would want to do. Ancient Tomb is not in this format. City of Traders not in this format. Lotus Petal not in this format. Everything I'd want to do to pull ahead on mana doesn't exist. That's why there's these treasure makers in Fable and Ragavan. Just trying to get ahead on mana where we can. But 2 Gemstone Cavern, that's the closest thing we got to a Chrome Mox here. And there's 2 copies in the deck. Sokenzan, Crucible of Defiance. That's a fancy mountain that you can channel it to make 2 1/1 spirit tokens, which trigger the Tremors and the Purphoros. Den of the Bugbear is a creature land itself, and it also makes tokens to trigger Den of the Bugbear, or to trigger the Purphoros and Tremors. And then 1 Castle Embreth. Creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. That has the Purphoros flavor text on it as well. Just ways to cash out your go wide. This is an extremely coherent strategy. I think the cards have been well selected for the deck. It's just a matter of if this sort of thing has a place in Modern. Modern's a very powerful format, but it's also a format with weaknesses, and Blood Moon is one of those weaknesses. Shutting down creatures entirely is one of those weaknesses. Shutting down certain cost spells is one of those weaknesses. Like, between Ensnaring Bridge, Blood Moon, and Chalice to the Void, we're pretty good at shutting down all of the main players in the metagame. The one I'm most worried about is the 4-color Omnath decks, because you can't play Torpor Orb in this deck or like any similar comparable effect, because your deck is built on permanence triggering when creatures come into play. So you just sort of have to Blood Moon and hope it works, or you hope to cheese them out with a Ragavan. But in general, there are, at least, there's respect paid to all of the major archetypes, and we have a powerful proactive plan of our own. Let's see if it works. I'm on the play in round 1. My opponent does not have a companion, which makes me think they are, is it Murktide? And I have Impact Tremors on turn 2 into whatever I need it to be on turn 3. I'm going to keep this. No Ragavan on 1's kind of a bummer. No Norin on 1's kind of a bummer. I do only have 2 Norins in the deck. There were 4 in Rob's original one, but I had to cut the trim on Norins for real spells. Ignoring's a lot of fun, but drawing a multiple is always terrible. Oh god, some sort of Ponza. Well, at least we don't care about Blood Moon. Got that going for me. Time for some Impact Tremors. Oh yeah, soak it in, opponent. Whatever you thought was going to happen is not what's happening. Uh-oh, Dashing Rag. Disappointing. And me with Lightning Bolt in my hand. What are you taking from me? A mountain. Didn't want that anyway. I appreciate it. Beseiju. They Beseiju'd my Tremors? And I'll take the ramp, but that is kind of rude. Okay. Arbor Elf can resolve. I have Lightning Bolt. I'd rather hit Arbor Elf than Ragavan. I'm about to invalidate Ragavan anyway. Ooh, Fury. I can Seasoned Pyromancer, discarding Shinka and Ensnaring Bridge. I don't think I want a Fable. I think I want a Seasoned Pyromancer. And if I get Hellbent first... Yeah, this deck has Beseiju. That makes Ensnaring Bridge a lot worse. Alright, I'm gonna go for this easy peasy. Gonna respect the Ragavan. Make sure I get a token. Found another land. It's 4 mana over there. Oh, your own. Wouldn't surprise me to see them dump the Ragavan here, because it's probably not doing much this game anymore. Come on, land. Oh, yeah. I'm going to play Sokenzan. I'm going to play Fury. This is probably a Fury mirror, so we might be getting Furious all over the place. I imagine the last Fury is better than the first Fury. Yeah, Lightning Bolt. That's not a Fury. Karn. Okay. Where's this going? Castle Embereth means I have 5 damage on board already. They're making a wish with Karn. Getting Worm Coil. Oh, Ballista. That's a good one too. 6th mana. That doesn't do anything. That's a good discard for Fable. Or I could play Rabblemaster and Fable this turn. Yeah, I think double spelling and then just not looting seems fine. I get a 1/1 to attack Karn for 3. Attack my opponent for 1. And I am just going to commit to the Goblin because I have Castle Embereth in play. Just another creature is good. F6, baby. Here we go. Glad you didn't get Worm Coil Engine. Shockton Stomping Ground. This is going to be a 3/3 Ballista. A very good number for that card to be on. Probably just want to take out Rabblemaster immediately. Yeah, that's what's happening. Oh, cool. I get to discard the shitter. Didn't find anything much better here. Attack with all my creatures. Get a treasure token. Blocking Old Pyromancer. I'm going to light up the squad here with Castle Embereth. Being one of my other things. Sure. I have lots of looting effects in my deck. I should probably hold on to the 7th land. That doesn't do much. Opponent's at 5. They would have been dead if they didn't remove the Impact Tremors all those turns ago. Oh, Regaven. I dash this homie. Leave up the mana for Castle Embereth. Attack with all my creatures. Get another treasure. Making 2 tokens from the graveyard. Forgot about that, but it doesn't change my play. Light up with Embereth again. Get the extra point in. They're at 2. Next turn I can start copying Seasoned Pyromancer to draw lots of cards. Oh, it's not pretty, but it's effective. Smash, 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 smash. Do any of my sideboard cards matter? So Ragavan, Walking Ballista, Karn. Karn, oh, a Braid or Shattering Spree? I think I do want a Braid. Because if you're going to go into like Worm Coil Engine type territory, or just really anything that involves Karn, I think I want to shave the bridges, because it looks like I'm the beatdown. I mean, they might have like a fast Brag Tusk or some shit, but I don't know, I just feel like this is the way forward. Yeah, I'm going to do this. A Braid also answers enemy Furies. Just dying to a 3/3 double strike. It's not where I want to be. Oh, I have a Cavern and a Rag. I'm going to keep this for sure. What am I pitching? Probably Kenzon. So getting up to the 3rd mana is important. Maybe it's Purphoros. Purphoros is a serious animal. Yeah, I'm going to pitch the Purphoros. Getting rowdy with Ragavan on turn 1. Pretty exciting. Holding up Lightning Bolt. That's cheating. Still going to make him have it. And then it's easy peasy. Can reload me on the following turn. I held on to all my lands with Gemstone Cavern because I think that Hardcasting Fury is the end game I want to be playing towards. Another land. Dash Rag. See if you have the Lightning Bolt, but why would you keep this hand? I kept the hand for a reason, I'm saying. There it is. Okay, Ragavan's gone. They did mull to 6, and then had to spend a card to answer my 1-drop. See how they recover from this. Another Seasoned Pyromancer. That's actually great. I'm going to discard Sokenzon and the other Seasoned Pyromancer and just hold on to Fury. Den of the Bugbear. Love to see that one. Got a Stomp in the end step. All right. I have Lightning Bolt and Fury, which can answer Bone Crusher Giant. To be determined. Your own Seasoned Pyromancer. Discarding Wrenn and 6 and Beseju. Glad to see that Wrenn go away. My goodness. Okay, Den of the Bugbear. I could Seasoned Pyromancer now. Lose my Bolt and Fury. I don't like that. I think I want to play to this Fury. And then reload with Seasoned Pyromancer. Just any land off the top gets me there. I'm going to trade off 1/1s. There's the Bone Crusher. I played to drawing a land anyway. I can save the life and bolt Seasoned Pyromancer, or in case I miss. Yeah, I'm going after Bone Crusher. I'll take the damage. It's fine. I drew the land, but is Fury better than Den of the Bugbear? Yeah, I think so. getting my hand empty so this Pyromancer is just at full speed is a big game. Hope I don't stabilize at exactly 0. I did just take 2 damage for no reason in perfect hindsight, but I had good reason up front. Cutting another Ren and an Endurance. That's 2 Rens they've discarded while missing land drops. They must feel like they're really behind. Okay, I'm gonna cast Ragavan because I'm not dashing here into their army of 1/1s. And a full reload. Old Pyromancer. Oh, Norin the Wary! All right, we got Norin. Now I need a Purphoros. Boom, there he is. I'm glad this is on Magic Online, because that card is really annoying to keep track of in paper. I guess Ren and 6 can kill Norin in this matchup, because Ren is an activated ability. If Ren's already in play, and I play Norin, they can minus and just pick it off. And Norin's back. Oh, baby. Who does this benefit? I guess me. Okay, Norin's gone. And then I'm going to attack with all my creatures because I have a backup Ragavan. Just demand the blocks here. They're lining up the easy peasy. Took 6 from Fury, and then I'm going to start making mirror tokens like crazy. What do you got? Chandra TOD. Alright, that can kill Fury. And then I get to smash with my various creatures. Norin is going full Norin at this point. And I think Den of the Bugbear is better than Old Pyromancer right now. Attack my opponent. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not lethal, so I'll put one on Chandra. Finish that off. Norin goes away many times. It's presenting lots of damage. Got a Ragavan trigger, exiled Wood Foothills. And I'm just going to hold on to this land. Trigger Genesis Chamber again. And they need a big sweeper effect here. But then they're also in trouble to Den, even if they sweep me. He's in Pyromancer, alright. Norin the Wary gets exiled again. They get a Genesis Chamber token. Discarded 2 Karns. Ragavan, they get another Genesis Chamber token. Giveth and taketh away. Norin, load up. Oh, Rabble Master. That is a haste creature. They said my deck is wild. I concur. Den of the Bugbear is 2 creatures, but I do lose it. I think that's fine. Is it fine? Or do I want to Rabble? They're at 6. I should actually do math right now. I'm just whipping cards around. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. I have 1, 6, 7 attackers. It would be 9 attackers. Thus, they're actually just dead to Den of the Bugbear if they don't have anything extra. Or no, they just lose their board. Alright, I'm gonna Den up here. Attack with all my creatures. Norin gets exiled many times again. And Den makes a token. They're trading off with Den and Ragavan. They're gonna go to 3 here, lose their whole board. Norin the Wary comes back, makes another friend. Okay, you're at 3. Norin the Wary returns. Fetching to 2 in the end step. Fury would actually be pretty harsh here. They're finally achieved 5 mana, and that the last card in their hand was carefully seasoned with many seasoned Pyromancers. Okay, they just said in the chat, oh no, where's my Furies? And complimented the deck. GG's opponent. This was a wild one. Yeah, I was scared of Fury there, but Norin got to go off in the first match. On to the next one. I'm on the play with 6 lands in Fury. That's a mulligan. On the draw, this one's actually great. Multiple Tremors and multiple payouts for Tremors. Do I want to keep 2 Tremors or 2 payouts for Tremors? If my plan is to curve out, I'm just going to keep 1 Tremor and I'm going to bottom the other. Keep this, send the redundant Tremors away. I do play multiple Den of the Bugbears, so I'm going to lead on that. In case I draw a second one, it's also untapped. It's allowed to be one of your first 2 lands to be untapped. Mountain's always untapped, so don't need to plan anything there. Opponent mulled to 5. We'll see what that means. Alright, looks like it's hammer time. Uh-oh. Me without a Fury. Oh no, I can't give them a card off Impact Tremors. That's not good enough. Okay, I guess I'm just playing to a world where I loot away Impact Tremors and try to control this board. This is a deck that can easily win on 5 cards. They're down to 1 card. It's not easy to win on 1 card. All right, I'm not going to give them 2 cards off of these Esper Sentinels, so Impact Tremors is going away, and one of the Fables. Impact Tremor, one of the Fables are gone. All right, 2 lands. That gets me out of Esper Sentinel range eventually for this other Fable. A 3rd Esper Sentinel. Yeah, you bet wrong. Oh, okay. That's fun. Oh, no, I can't pay for it. It's an outrage. All right, Rabble Master, get in there. Start causing trouble. I'm going to attack with the Goblin that has to attack, and I guess everything. Get in there. Go team. My opponent has 1 card in their hand. It's time to start whittling down their stuff. Okay. They have identified that I'm trying to whittle down their stuff and just made no blocks instead. That's probably the right call, because Saga, you want your things to be as big as possible. Hammer is both like a go tall and go wide deck. Oh, that's not Hammer. Wow, good thing they didn't block for them. Sucks for me. This is Affinity. Got it. Kind of a different animal. The Tripper Esper Sentinel really did slow me down a lot. Tough beats. Don't really have attacks here. I mean, they could push 3 damage through and lose an Esper Sentinel to do it. Doesn't sound good, though. I hope they do it. Rooting for them. So Kenzan, that's actually good as a channel land. We're at that point of the game. Gemstone Cavern as a land, and then Impact Tremors paying the troll toll for all of them. But once this is in, things get a lot more interesting. And I'm doing this up front because Rabble Master is about to make a creature. It's worth the damage here. Pay for all of it. Sculpted this game around paying for Esper Sentinel, so I'm gonna do it. Take 1. We got our first Impact Tremors trigger of the league. Okay. Do I want Rabble Master to attack? They get an easy trade-off with Thought Monitor. Otherwise, it's just gonna... Yeah, I like leaving back a 2/2. It also blocks really nicely against this army of 1/1s. All right, opponent's at 9. They just ate a 1/1, left the Seasoned Pyromancer in play. I can put 1, 2, 3 creatures into play next turn. Oh, Portable Hole. We getting rid of my Tremors or one of my creatures? All right, fine. It got a damage in and got a card out of their hand. That's as much as you can hope for a card like this. And my Affinity opponent still has not put a creature into combat. Okay. I'm going to go to combat, though. These have haste. They gain haste until end of turn. Is that good? Do I want to fire up Den? Den would probably trade off with Thought Monitor. Am I casting Fable of the Mirror Breaker? If I'm not, then I should definitely fire up Den or discard Sokenzan. I think I can get a trade off of Den. That's worth doing. And I'm going to get the whole squad in here. With Den attacking, then Rabble Master is going to attack as well. Make sure to stack it so my extra goblins in play before the Rabble Master resolves. Make sure that thing is full size, 7/2 creature. We got Thought Monitor eating the Rabble Master. At least a chump block, maybe a double block incoming on Den of the Bugbear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're at 2. And I'm going to sandbag Sokenzan for bring up some surprise attackers next turn. As long as I don't get like hammered out with their last 2 cards in hand. Yeah, that was... I mean, obviously they didn't really get where they wanted to go. Never got off the ground with their Affinity deck, but they mulled to 5. And I made sure not to feed the Esper Sentinels. It would have been really easy to stick to my plan of like Impact Tremors, Fable and Mirror Breaker, but I didn't give them a single card. And 1 mana 1/1 is not a powerful Magic card in Modern. Don't tell my deck that, though. They're kind of Affinity, not really Hammer, but a Shattering Spree and a Braid seem like no-brainers. Fury's going to be insane. I probably want some Blood Moons in the deck, because it's got to be a Saga deck. There's no way it's not. Ragavan's kind of shitty. Genesis Chamber seems really dangerous against the Affinity deck, just giving them extra artifact creatures in play. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. I'm going to cut the Ensnaring Bridges, because I think I'm going to be the attacker in this match. With Genesis Chamber out of the deck, Maybe Norin is worse. Rabble Master seems a little dangerous too. If they ever get a Shadow Spear online and I just have to fire a Goblin into it every turn and they get out of range, but I'm bringing in a Boat of Removal to add to my already Boat of Removal. I'm not considering Chalice here because I have 1-drops and their zeros aren't super important and they're going first. Is Rabble Master better than Fable? I don't think so. All right, this is what I'm doing. Just Boat of Removal out some of the fringier stuff. I am the control deck in this matchup. Okay, I like this hand. Blood Moon is kind of like 50-50, because if they're not on like a Saga draw or whatever, or if they have Springleaf Drums to keep casting spells, it's dangerous, but I really like Lightning Bolt. I'm on the draw. That gives me time to find mana source number 3. Opponent mulled to 5 again. Welding Jar. Okay. They're prepared for my Lightning Bolt. Okay. Down to the Bugbear. Get in there. 3 cards in their hand already to my 7. Let's hope I can get them to fetch a Hallowed Fountain in this end step. I'm going to bolt Esper Sentinel on their upkeep, because Regenerate taps the creature that you regenerate. That's how regeneration just works. They've got a Plains. They're wise to my strat. Lightning Bolt this jerk. Use the Welding Jar. That is relevant material because they are an affinity deck with the actual affinity mechanic involved. Blood Moon's looking pretty bad right now. Braid, okay. Now I can kill Esper Sentinel, and I don't have to cast a non-creature spell into the Sentinel. I'm just going to take 1 here and see what they follow up with. They followed up with nothing. Kinda into that. Destroy target artifact. Let's see if they have a Metallic Rebuke or something. Once again, never feeding the fish. That's an EDH reference for Mystic Remora. I'm gonna cast Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They must have Metallic Rebuke or just like a bunch of 4-drops or affinity spells they can't get off the ground in their hand. Alright, Rebuke, you got it. That's why I didn't slam Purphoros. Uh-oh, is it Urza time? Thoughtcast, okay. That's good too. Okay, I can get Purphoros down this turn. Or I could Season Pyromancer. I don't want to give up on the Blood Moons because I am still pretty worried about Saga. I'm gonna ram Purphoros into play here. Hope they don't have Teferi to time walk me. Because when Season Pyromancer comes into play and deals 6 immediately, that's a much better card than when it doesn't do that. Can't put Purphoros in a hole. Another 4-mana Thoughtcast. Not where you want to be. Yeah, played around it. I would love to draw land right now. Come on, untapped land. Season Pyromancer. Alright, I'm going to Pyromancer discarding Blood Moon and Pyromancer and try to spike the land to play Blood Moon. Take 2. Discard 2. You take 4 more. Bummer. Didn't hit. It's all good. Still have a pretty insane board presence here. I am 1 mana away from Devotion as well. M Knight. I can just elbow tap on Shattering Spree this turn as well, if I even need to, if I care. Taking a construct up front, they must have an affinity spell, but that is going to walk right into Shattering Spree. Alright, Metallic Rebuke is still live. Not anymore. Okay. I can... Oh, this is Legendary Creature, right? Yeah, so if Purphoros doesn't wake up, then this is not a creature. Okay. If I Shattering Spree the 3 artifacts first, then they have to commit to a Rebuke, or else that's gone, because you can't float a improvised mana. Haven't cast Shattering Spree on Magic Online in a while. I want to replicate it twice for a total of 3 mana. That's dirty, but I like it. Targeting the 3 artifacts I can destroy. Guess they can still just float 3 actual mana. Bummer. Alright. Did not play around Metallic Rebuke. I could just go to combat and do it later. So they might Rebuke to save the construct here. Rebuke, targeting the one that's on construct. Okay. That's alright. I'm going to cast Blood Moon now, which wakes up Purphoros. Attack with all of my shitters. Kill your Urza Saga. Hallowed Fountain is a mountain now. You don't have double blue or double white. The construct is a 2/2, so it doesn't even eat Seasoned Pyromancer, it just trades. Okay, they're making a play to win block. I like it. That leaves an artifact in play, leaves some material around. I'm not sure how I still lose this game, but they did play to win there. Another one down. We remain undefeated with mono red Impact, Tremors, and Modern. Let's keep it going. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. I'm on the play in round 3 with Bolt into Tremors. Keeping. I'm not sure if leading on Tremors or Chambers better. I guess it depends on the matchup, because if I play Chamber, they get the first crack at casting a creature and pulling ahead on creatures. Yeah, I guess I should lead on Tremors. Unless they're like blue-white control. And then Genesis Chamber might be better. Ooh. Inkmoth Nexus and the Ozolith. Alright, it is definitely a deck that I'm not casting Genesis Chamber against. Alright, Impact Tremors. I don't love tapping out, but I think this is the last safe opportunity I'm going to have to do it. Hardened Scales is the deck. Hope I'm not dead right now. Definitely a Blood Moon matchup. Ravager, powerful stuff. Okay, I need to kill this Ravager before it gets to do anything. Is that how this works, or should I wait? I don't really want Ravager's tokens to go somewhere else, but the Ozolith kind of doubles them up, but at least I can, like, maybe I Seasoned Pyromancer this turn. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I need to set up for the future, and pretty soon I'm not going to be able to tap out anymore. I'm going to get rid of Genesis Chamber and Purphoros. Purphoros is almost on, though. Yeah, but Rabblemaster's cheaper, and I am trying to play to a world where I'm holding up Lightning Bolt like all the time. Missed on the land drop. Hope I'm not dead. They don't have the scales yet. Link Moth Nexus. Zabaz, that's scary. Walking Ballista. Alright, Walking Ballista is not Zabaz. It's another great Shattering Spray matchup. I was a little suspicious of that tech, but coming in strong. Raggy Daddy. Do I just want to bolt twice? Or do I want Ragavan to get in there? I guess I just want to attack. Put it on them to do something. I think leaving up double bolt is the best thing I can do here. Just try to protect myself from either Inkmoth Nexus or Walking Ballista going completely ham bananas. There's already a Zabaz in play. See what this saga comes up with. The second as Zabaz isn't that bad with the Ozolith, but you would have wanted to sack the first Ravager first, so I don't think that's what's coming. Welding Jar, shit. And that's not a huge deal because it still taps the creature. Like, I'm not going to die this turn. And the Ozolith does target, so they do have to commit their Ozolith objects before they... Like, I can bolt the creature that the Ozolith counters are headed towards. That's what I'm trying to spit out here, and not doing a good job of. I missed my land drop after looting 2 non-creatures into the graveyard, and they know my hand is 5 spells, which is something they probably want to respect at least a little bit. Looks like they are making moves here. They committed Inkmoth or Blinkmoth Nexus into play, making big moves on Arcbound Ravager, sacking all their lands. Wow. The Ozolith picks up the counters. They're trying to modular onto Zabaz. They can bolt her. Use their Welding Jar. And then if I bolt her again, then these Ravager counters are gone forever. Ballista gets to be a 4/4. Can I beat a 4/4 Ballista? Do I care about a tapped Zabaz? Alright. Zabaz is in play and tapped. That's fine. I think I'd rather kill Ballista. Destroy target artifact you control. Alright, so they're destroying Zabaz. Okay. And bolt the Ballista. And they're just shooting the creature. Okay. That went way better than I could have imagined. If they have a 1 or 0 mana creature, they can dump 8 counters on it immediately. Alright, they don't. Okay, we're in this. We're doing the damn thing. Castle Embereth. That's not what I want. I can cast Goblin Rabblemaster and then cast Ragavan, or I could dash Ragavan and then cast Goblin Rabblemaster. One of them. All right, I'm gonna dash Rag. And the idea of just like spiking a 0-drop is so exciting right now. I can't get away from it. Opponent's at 7. We exiled Urza's Saga. Kind of a disappointing hit, but I'm also going to deploy this Rabblemaster, and then Rabblemaster can re-Rabble next turn. Okay, all in, go. 1 card in hand, or 2 cards in hand, one of them's Ancient Stirrings. If they find a 1 or 0 drop, they can make it huge, but I don't care about huge anymore unless it combo kills me somehow. And they didn't find what they were looking for. Have I lost a game yet with this deck? Holy crap. All right, we've seen this sideboard strat before. I still don't think it's an all 3 Blood Moon situation. This deck can win without combat or by manipulating the size of things in combat, so I don't think this is an Ensnaring Bridge matchup either. So far, I've been really glad that Ensnaring Bridge isn't a 4 of in the main, because I've boarded it out every round. Norin is too cute here. Genesis Chamber helps them way more than it helps me. Playing Genesis Chamber against the Arcbound Ravager deck. Jeez. Chalice of the Void, they do have some number of 0s, but I don't really want to play Chalice on 1. Same thing about last round, though Chalice on 1 is a pretty savage beating against this deck. But how many of those do I want to bring in, and how far behind can I afford to be when it happens? I think I'm just going to bring in all the Artifact Destruction, and Purphoros as a 4-drop is asking a lot. I'm not sure whether the first Norin or the third Purphoros is worse, but I'm going with the Purphoros. Let's do this. Opening hand contains Shattering Spree. Good start. Inkmoth Nexus, Ozolith. All right. Lightning Bolt. Love to see it. Ragavan, get in there, buddy. Lightning Bolt and Shattering Spree are a nice duo to punch this Ragavan through. See how many permanents they put into play here. Oh, well, that's more than 1. Good shit for you. Bad for me. I could Bolt, but I don't think that's actually good. Could attack with Ragavan and then destroy the token and the Ozolith. Snapping off a block. It's fine. I am going to shatter the Ozolith and the Thopter. Get those out of there. Try to slow them down where I can. Once again, I find myself in the position that I'm the control deck. Oof. That hurts. Do I want to leave up 2 bolts? Again, yeah. Tapping out for Tremors when they have Inkmoth in play. Kind of harsh. Norin doesn't actually do anything. I'm just going to pick off constructs as they come. I'm not really in a position to beat a pair of 4/4s. I'll let the Saga pop if they want to use that on Welding Jar compared to like Zabaz or something much better. That's fine. Springleaf Drum. Oh no, I've been tricked. Another Saga. Yeah, Springleaf Drum was a good one that I did not plan around. Spellskite. Shit. Well, I'll kill the construct while I still can. Come on, deck. Where's that land? There it is. I think I want to Kiki Jiki first. Just get that started. Because then I get to do the loot thing next turn and then also cast Seasoned Pyromancer and just get 5 cards into my deck. If I'm still alive. To be determined. Blood Moon is great here. Oh my god. Come on, top 5 cards in my deck. Come up with a Blood Moon. Oh, I guess if I Seasoned Pyromancer, then I don't get to Blood Moon. So, top 3 cards in my deck, Blood Moon. I should board in the 3rd Blood Moon. They are really deep on this non-basic land situation. I'm going to discard Tremors and Norin. I'm not in a position to be cute about this. I just got to make it fucking happen. I'm going to cast Ragavan and cast Seasoned Pyromancer. Get my hand as empty as I can before I discard and draw 2. Lightning Bolt and another Fable. Okay. I can't attack with Goblin Shaman because they can just make a gigantic creature in response. And it's not worth the treasure. I think the boat is sailing away from the port at this point. I'm definitely bringing in the 3rd Blood Moon for game 3. Every land they have is insane right now. Yeah, Shadow Spear is where I would have gone with that too. 6/6 Trample Lifelink. I could trade my board for that I don't think that's worth it, though. Kiki Jiki flips. Playing Rabble Master into Shadow Spear is something I described as a problem, so I'm not going to do it. I will play another Fable, and I attack with all my creatures, Lightning Bolt. Oh no, no it doesn't. Spellskite is still in play. Lightning Bolt doesn't do anything right now. I'm in trouble. They are committed to the construct life, not messing around with these creature lands at all. That's 3 Urza Sagas successfully run to fruition against my Blood Moon deck. Welding Jar makes a lot of sense. Oh god, the 4th Saga. It's here. It's all happening. Animation Module. Alright. They're kind of not on that plan right now, but if they ever get on it, I'm in trouble. I think I just chump with Ragavan. 8/8 without trample. Lightning Bolt literally doesn't help right now. Blood Moon might be a little late to the party. Yeah, I'm going to discard Blood Moon and Rabble Master. Impact Tremors, Old Pyromancer. Yeah, we're not getting through this one. Okay. Bringing in the 3rd Blood Moon, just buried by Urza Saga fair and square that game. Spellskite helped. 3rd Blood Moon is coming in for Norin the Wary. I think that's just too cute against a deck this hard. And the Ensnaring Bridge is not bad. And maybe Purphoros is too much. Like if I just turn Purphoros into Ensnaring Bridge, I'm playing for a world where I'm behind, but am I always going to be behind? That's a reasonable thing to prepare for. I don't want all of them, but I think some of them is fine. Okay, I'm going to try this. On the play, a Fury and a Blood Moon in the hand. Easy keep. I can lead on Castle Embereth and it won't set me back too far. Then comes into play untapped. I get to play Tremors. Got a pair of Tremors, a Fury, and a red card. Basic Forest, oh no. Welding Jar, Animation Module, terrifying. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Someday that'll be good. Need that land deck. Help me out here. Nature's Claim, alright. If they're playing defense, I'm pretty happy with that. The Ozolith, okay. Yeah, alright, deck. Land, fuck! Alright, Tremors. Missing that land is really bad. That was my window to do something here. That turn they spent answering my thing and adding to their board a little bit. Alright, their engine is just completely bonkers right now. I need to get off the ground before they find a payoff for this engine. Oh, there's Zabaz. At least they can't pay 1 for Animation Module right now, but Zabaz does arrive larger than life. Ugh. I mean, are they going to trade Zabaz for a Dashed Ragavan here? I don't know. I'm going to make the offer, though. Or at least trade the Welding Jar. Alright, looks like we're making an exchange here. Do I want to wait until Fury can get bigger? Yeah, I think I can do better with Fury. Maybe their shit's just going to be all 10/10s next turn, and I don't really understand how the deck works. But maybe I can kill 2 things instead of 1. And maybe I can draw a land. Like, if I Fury, kill 2 things, play Rabble Master, make a token, and attack, like, that's actually a bunch of damage, and I'm ahead on board suddenly. The boss getting in there. No plays from the opponent. I drew the land. What does that mean? I think it's time to Rabble. Like, let's just push. I have the Tremors. They seem to be playing reactively. Dismember. Wow, okay. Yeah, they're on some sort of control draw. Now if they ever draw Saga, I can hit it with Moon immediately. I'm actually playing to the board here. Ward is really annoying. That creature is a 1/1 though, for now. Ward 2. Yeah, so I can kill it now, but I don't get to play another card. As soon as next turn, I may never be able to kill this thing again. Oh, that's tricky. If I play Fury now, what am I pitching? Probably Fable. Oh, Blood Moon. Have they been brilliantly sandbagging Urza Saga this whole game, or do they just not have one? I'm actually going to pitch the Blood Moon and Fury. Because this thing goes off... oh no, it's when you cast an artifact spell. Stupid ward. Alright, I'm going to Fury. Pitching Blood Moon. Get to Tremor. Deal 2 here, 2 here. Pay the 2 for ward. Splat. Some tokens go on to Ozolith. They got 2 cards left in their hand. Any creature will become huge because the Ozolith gets to dump on it. Walking Ballista. Yeah, that was the worst case scenario. So this gets to be a 5/5 immediately. I need an actual, like, a Braid or Shattering Spree effect now. Guess I'm playing Fable. Now I'm going to hold back my land because I want to make sure I can discard 2 cards to Fable next turn, because I need an answer to this Ballista or it's just going to kill me. Ringleaf Drum. Whatever. That was clearly the drop for the turn. I think it would have been in play by now if it had happened earlier. Another Ballista. Okay, that's a 2/2 right away. Alright. Taking it slow here. Shattering Spree still does this thing for me. On deck. Rabble Master. Discard one of the Rabble Masters and Mountain. I have to dig as far as I can dig here. My life is pain. Okay. Now it's time to just ram damage as far as I can. They're going to kill Rabble Master before Tremors triggers. What's the play here, opponent? Nope, they're letting that happen. This is the worst timing possible to do this, because now I still get the Goblin, but it doesn't have to attack into your 2/2. And I'm going to attack and get a treasure. Guess if you block, the counters go on to Ozolith. Alright. Okay. Alright, that turn... If they were going to make all the decisions they made, that turn was not ideal. See if I can punish it. They have 3 mana, 1 short of activating Ballista. Oh god, tapping animation module. Oh, that's actually just like an ability. Okay, I thought they were improvising or convoking something, but they're actually just putting counters onto Walking Ballista. Sure. Understood. Though not enjoyed. Alright, deck. Time for something good. Shattering Spree. Oh, Sokenzan's kind of fun. That Impact Trigger Tremors does trigger, because that left play and came back. Den of the Bugbear versus Sokenzan. Den they can just pick off with no particular ceremony. I'm going to move into beginning of combat. See if they flinch on any of these ballistas. Alright, they did not flinch. Alright, I'm going to make 2 1/1 spirits with haste. Try to overload these ballistas wherever I can while pushing damage onto the board. Attack with everything. They're going to pick them off. Every counter they use on a creature that already dealt damage is me pulling ahead a little bit. So starting right now, they're going to be way ahead. I think I should have played my Mountain in case I draw Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, I messed up. They're just on me. Classic. Fair as possible animation module line. Not going to block. Going to make them use Walking Ballista on Kiki Jiki, which frees up Den of the Bugbear to get in for 7, or they lose both ballistas. Okay. Going to cost you both ballistas if you don't want to take 7 right now. We're in beginning of combat. I get to declare attackers. I'm going to be stoked. All right. No love there. Okay. They've committed their entire board to answering my entire board. The Ozolith has nothing on it. I'm empty. They have 3 cards, but have been operating on these tiny margins the whole time. I need Norin the Wary. Where are you, Norin? Another Hardened Scales. Oh no. An Arcbound Worker, that's immediately 3/3. That's good shit. And they can pay the 1 for a servo. Alright, Fury. It's time. Fury off the top. No! Alright, I need a Seasoned Pyromancer to dig me back into this. Ravager is probably... I don't think it's lethal, but it's really bad. Oh, I'm at 13. It might be lethal. I don't know how Hardened Scales works. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 4 go here. This is very... If they go all in, they win. But if they play around Lightning Bolt, then that doesn't work. They appear to be making moves here. They're just dumping shit into Ravager. They can easily present lethal here. They've seen a Braid and Lightning Bolt. You can't just go for it, right? Have I indicated that I don't have a Braid or Lightning Bolt? Well, I'm dead. Oh, you can spread the love and they're both lethal. No, yeah. Okay, you're 100% right. All right. Yeah, that game was really scrappy, and at the very end, it came down to who ran out of threats first, and it was me. Working through that double walking ballista was harsh. All right, GG's. Someone finally took a match off me. On to the next one. I'm on the play for round 4. This one's kind of tricky because it doesn't actually do anything till turn 3, but I do have Fury to stabilize. What am I doing before turn 3 in an ideal world? Oh, Ragavan and Norin. Yeah, Ragavan's in this deck. I'll mulligan. Okay, this one's much more exciting. I'm going to keep this, and I think I'm going to send Ensnaring Bridge because that has the highest variance in like whether it's good or not. I've been boarding it out a lot. It doesn't line up in every matchup. This is where I play against Izzet Delver, where it's just the best card. Again, leading on Den of the Bugbear in case I draw another one. Uh-oh. Burn. Well, here we go. The race is on. Seasoned Pyromancer. I don't know if I can play Genesis Chamber. Giving Burn another anything is a problem. All right. I'm going to Seasoned Pyromancer next turn and try to flood the board. It's a tough one. I consider jamming some Dragon Claws and stuff in the sideboard for Burn, but didn't really have room for them. If Burn's part of your metagame, though, there are certainly potent cards you can put in your deck. I will bring in the Chalices here. A Swift Spear, okay. They really are pummeling here. Goblin Guide, Revealed Fury. Okay, that's a good one to find. Not mad about that. Okay, Fury. I guess my whole hand is going away this turn one way or another. I could Genesis Chamber, then Fury, and have a 1/1 around. And do Seasoned Pyromancer things next turn, but nah, that sounds bad. I'm gonna exile Purphoros, unfortunately. And it doesn't matter, my whole hand's going away. I'm just picking one at random here. I'm going to lock in the kill on Goblin Guide and make them have a spell to save their Swift Spear. Wow, they didn't have an instant. That's exciting. Do I pivot onto Fable now? And then load up with Old Peasy next turn? I think maybe, yeah. That just changed my plan. Because Fable can loot 2, and then if there's a land involved anywhere, I could play it and maybe get card advantage off Seasoned Pyromancer instead of just filtering. Searing Blaze here would be kind of rough. Yep, guaranteed. Every time. Draw for turn. Ragavan. I think I'm going to discard the 2. Is Ragavan even good? Oh, Ragavan flipping Lightning Helix is like game. Alright, I'm going to discard Genesis Chamber and hope to draw a land. Alright, no action there. We're going to dash this Raggy Daddy. Come on, Lightning Helix. Boros Charm. Okay. Not mad about that one. Take 4. Look at me. I'm the burn deck now. I got so excited when I saw the Boros gold card. I was like, oh my god, did I hit the miracle? Alright, I was hoping this was Eidolon, because Fury doesn't trigger Eidolon. I get to kill this without taking any damage. See how deep I can go. I get a Keeks McJeeks here. Unfortunately, spending my treasure last turn to cast the Boros Charm means I don't get to keep Fury this turn. But it's all good. Fury, cast pitching the Ragavan. Gonna light up the Eidolon, obviously. And then cast Seasoned Pyromancer for the full draw too. Could still draw Ragavan. Could draw anything. Alright, well, Den of the Bugbear gets to rumble next turn, or I could start copying Seasoned Pyromancers. They're kind of stuck under their own mana constriction right now. They haven't exactly been double spelling. Like, I don't think they've double spelled once this game. They played Goblin Guide, and then they played Monastery Swift Spear. Then the next turn they played Searing Blaze. The third land unlocks double spells. It's harsh. Searing Blaze, okay. Yeah, that's a good one. I was going to say they have to choose between breaking up my copy Seasoned Pyromancer engine or going face, but Searing Blaze does both. I don't know if they were sandbagging that land or just drew it, pay off just in time. Either way, I'm bummed about it. I'm going to start turning Den of the Bugbear sideways. Time to just push damage. Gotta pay out that Boros Charm that cost me a Fury. Oh, they're dead on board, but I'm at 9 against a burn player with 4 cards in their hand. They got plenty of time to tap Sunbay Canyon. Oof. And they actually do have a lightning bolt. And they ignored my creatures, which means they are either playing to win or just have the win. Lightning, Helix, Tilt. You have the bolt. One of us is dead. Now it could be anything. Like, any spell on the deck is lethal. I guess Eidolon of the Great Revel. A creature is fine. Any, like, actual spell, though. Instant or sorcery is going to kill me. Yeah, alright, fine. Boo! Boo! That was really close. Closer than I feel like it had any right to be. I kept a really questionable hand in this matchup, not knowing what the matchup was at the time, obviously. Okay, a Braid. And I have seen Blood Moon as tech against Burn, as weird as that sounds, because the half their deck is white cards, and they don't play basic planes. Norin the Wary is way too cute. Genesis Chamber helps them. Ensnaring Bridge is a card that Burn plays, so not interested in that. If I cut all of these things, like I could leave a Norin in, but every time I board out Genesis Chamber, I just want Norin to go with it. I could bring in a Blood Moon. Like, who's that going to hurt more? Probably them. I don't want, like, a lot of this effect, but non-zero is fine. Okay, let's go. My 8 1-drop deck, boarding in Chalice of the Void. Really no plan at all against Burn here, except to beat it. Ooh, 2 Chalices, no second land. Do have Ragavan. Oh, this is risky, but I'm going to keep it. If Ragavan connects, that's my mana source. If it doesn't, it means they spent a resource dealing with Ragavan instead of my face. Like, what are you going to do? Cast Goblin Guide and not attack here? If I find the land, I punish the hell out of a defensive line. Burn players just ignore Ragavan. I feel like that's a reasonable take. It's holding up Bolt, it seems. Alright, got there on the land anyway, so I'm just going to swing with Rag and make it happen here. There were long pauses in my draw step and beginning of combat. It seems like they're really soul-searching about this lightning bolt. Okay. They've made their choice. Hope Chalice is good, because there it is. And now I need another land. Show me that handful of 1-drops. You have the second land. Going to Eidolon Town. What's going on here? It is Eidolon Town. I'm going to need my third land here. Punished immediately. Alright, I'm going to take 2 for Impact Tremors. Get that in. Hopefully it deals more than 2 by the end of this game. Ragavan's at least an easy discard to easy peasy. But missing another land drop or drawing Den of the Bugbear, pretty bad here. Gotta hope my Chalice holds. Suspended Rift Bolt. Okay. Continue to work around this Chalice pretty effectively. Come on, deck. Untap mana source. Let's go. Stabilize this board. Fix this hand. Oh, what a relief. Alright, I get to Seasoned Pyromancer here. I take 2 from Eidolon, but I get to dump the redundant Chalice and the Ragavan into creatures, and I ping my opponent for 3. Oh, I found a Fury. I don't think I even want to play that. At least not yet. I want them to hurt themselves with their Eidolon before I clear it. Purphoros Charm, we're going face. I'm at 10, I'm at 7 in the exile zone. Can I get this game won? Not looking good. They're down to 3 cards in hand, but that's plenty to deal 7 with Burn. Well, 1-drops are off, so I'm relying on Chalice here. In a no Chalice world, I'm losing the shit out of this game. But that's not the world we live in. God, my opponent's going to win this game without ever casting a 1-drop. Their hand is just Boros Charm over there, guaranteed. Okay. I should Fury and then Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Pitch the Impact Tremors. Go for it to Eidolon. Hope I'm not dead now. Fable makes another creature, which Tremors. Attack for 4. One of us is dead. It's up to Chalice of the Void to hold the fort here. No Boros Charm. Passing the turn. Either fishing for information or slow rolling me. Those are the only outcomes here. Discard 2 cards. I'll discard 1. How about that? And it ended up being the same card anyway. Here's Rabble Daddy for 2 points that I didn't need to show them, but I did anyway. One of us is dead. It doesn't really matter here. Maybe they'll play weird if they know my deck has Rabble Master in it. I don't know. Maybe this 2 damage is huge because they have Lightning Helix. I don't know. All right, they do have Lightning Helix. Fair enough. And they pointed it at a creature. That's amazing for me. They are still dead on board. Okay. All right, they showed me the Helix. I showed them the Rabble Master. I actually did need the Rabble Master because they've been alive if they just hit something else. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. It doesn't matter. They didn't. Okay, snuck away barely with that one. Any win we get's going to be barely, though. The Ragavan Chalice overlap is rough, but having 8 double looting effects in my deck is really nice. Shutting off their white spells, pretty exciting, actually. But I have to get stable before that matters. Maybe Impact Tremors is too cute, and that's just win more. Like, I did win for Xaxes that game, and Impact Tremors was part of that. Purphoros. I like Purphoros more than I like Tremors, I think. Going bigger is a way to historically win red mirrors. Purphoros is no Hazoret in that regard, but it is a big fatty. Not having haste on this thing is tough. Another 1-lander. Am I going to get away with this twice? This one at least has Fury in it. Hand is so good with 2 lands. I'm going to mulligan, though. Okay. Ooh. I'm going to keep this. Bottom Mountain, and then pitch Mountain, or do I bottom Purphoros? I bottom Mountain, pitch Purphoros, and bottom Purphoros, pitch Mountain are the same thing, except one of them leaves more Purphoroses in my deck. Okay, I'm gonna bottom Purphoros, and I'm gonna have a pre-game action where I exile a Mountain. Okay, let's see what happens here. Wish I had Lightning Bolt to beat up the Goblin Guide that's certainly coming. Boo, boo. Maybe Ragavan will borrow a Lightning Bolt from their deck. Blood Moon's on top of my deck. Well, they see it coming. Get your white spells now. I'm going to dash Ragavan, try to find an answer to this Goblin Guide. And even if that doesn't come, I will be building mana for the future. I hate that they saw the Blood Moon. It just makes it so easy to dump a white card now before you're stuck with it forever. Lightning Bolt? Oh, Boros Charm. Alright, well, I just took a white card that they were not going to be able to cast. Okay. Time to outmuscle this Goblin Guide before I'm dead. How about a land? Give me a card. Alright. Goblin Guide finally delivering the goods. The promised goods. I need a Fury, like, real bad. Okay, Sunbaked Canyon. No creature. Fable's pretty exciting. I think I have to invest in the moon here. Like, this is in my deck to shut down white spells, and every turn I don't cast it, they get to cast white spells. So, it's time. All right. Take 4 on the way out. I like casting Ragavan here. They have to either remove it or it can trade with Goblin Guide. Handful of white spells, come on. Another white land. A brutal Searing Blaze every time. Suspended Riftbolt, so I go to 7, I go to 4. I'm at 4 on board. Another Fable. This does at least make a 2/2. I gotta hope their hand is all white cards, though. Once again, last game it was Chalice, this time it's Blood Moon. Just hoping my lock piece holds. The Goblin Guide has fed me material to discard to this Fable, but if the game doesn't last that long, it doesn't matter. I'm at 4. 3 Boros Charms in hand, let's go. Another white land. Oh, you do not have another Searing Blaze, you maniac. Alright, I'm dead. GG's. Yeah, when your creature deck, the burn deck draws 2 Searing Blazes against your creature deck, both of the games they won involved 2 Searing Blazes. Like, at any point, if they had to decide between going face and answering my board, I think I narrowly get away with those games, 1 and 3, but not against Searing Blaze. Too good. Like I said, you could play some Dragon's Claws in the sideboard if you really want to beat this matchup. But on to the next one. 2-0 into 0-2 into positive record on the line. I got a turn 1 Ragavan here I'm keeping. We got Purphoros and Norin together at last when it matters most. Den of the Bugbear, and I am going to present the Ragavan to my opponent. What you got? Arid Mesa. Red and white tend to be removal colors. It's burn again. It is. Do you attack? Do you bet on Ragavan? Okay. think having Rag in play is better. I'm gonna play that to that. I just live the dream of taking a Lightning Helix one time. Lava Spike, huh? Okay, I can play Impact Tremors and Norin, which I think will do more damage over the course of the game than Lava Spike will. I could also wait and Purphoros next turn, but no, that's bad. I could also play Rabble Master, but I can do that next turn once Tremors is in play. Hell yeah. I reject your Lava Spike and play my own. Yeah, Rabble Master is good for 2 damage plus the attack. That's a Lava Spike on its own. Goblin Guide. Norin's gone. Here comes 3. They don't seem to have a land drop. Another Ragavan. A lot of legends. Don't like that. But here we go. Rabble Master. Exiles Norin. Triggers. I get 2 attacks here. Racing the burn deck. You kept a 1-lander. I'm going to burn you for it. Just exile a land. Take that. Norin the Wary returns to play. Take 1. They've taken 3 from Norin already. Lightning Bolt targeting Rabble Daddy. Sure. Purphoros. It's finally arriving. Are we at the no attacks phase of the game? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Oh, you love to see it. I'm going to attack with Ragavan. They have many of this card. Happy to trade it. Glad. With a smile, it goes. Then second main, I'll jam Purphoros. And then Norin comes back and lights the opponent up to the tune of 3 damage. Bang, bang. Opponent's at 3. I don't think they can deal 16 from here without casting any spells. Yeah, put that in my veins. Thanks, Purphoros. Well, we've seen this before. Chalice comes in, a Braid, and some number of Blood Moons. Narrowly holding on to... I mean, I did just sort of combo kill this opponent with Norin, which is a card I'm about to board out, but I don't think that means it's right to have it in. Bridges, I didn't like last time. And Tremors is just a low-impact card. LOL. Low-impact Tremors. For a high impact, it would deal 2. Okay, here we are. A turn 1 Ragavan into turn 2 Chalice. I'm going to keep this. This is the only time I want to see Ragavan in my Chalice matchup. Goblin Guide. Tough beats. I'd love to see a Lightning Bolt, actually. Found Shinka, the Blood-Soaked Keep. My Ragavan can beat Goblin Guide in combat now. Alright, Rag, get in there. I guess I could have played Shinka, because they've seen it, but I don't think knowing one of the 7 cards in my hand is going to materially change this matchup. I'm going to block the shit out of this one. Yeah. Guess you can't not attack, but happy to block. Lava Spike. Did you keep another 1-lander? Yeah, you did. I'm going to jam Chalice against the 1-lander. Dashing Ragavan is not worth locking out a third of their deck. They have to draw a land or just suspend Riftbolt here. They did neither of those things. So I can reveal the Shinka now. There's no price of progress in this format. I've now played all the cards that they've seen off Goblin Guide. They saw Fable and Shinka. They can Fable away Ragavan and probably... Oh, disappointing. Disappointing! Yeah, that's a 1-drop. Sorry. And they took 1 to do it. They even have the Wear Tear. If they could entwine it or fuse it, whatever this is, it would have worked, but they could not. Oh. I think I want to attack with my Goblin, get a treasure, and then play another Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Another Fable, and Den of the Bugbear. There we go. Another 1-drop. Yeah, I think they're just like LOL conceding now. Trying to speed this game up. They don't know about the concede button, it seems. Okay. You may discard 2 cards. I'll start there. Yes, I'm going to discard Basic Mountain and... Oh wait, no I'm not. I'm going to discard Chalice and Purphoros. I don't need 2 Purphoroses. That's a legend. And Castle Embereth. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I Purphoros first, does this matter? I'm not even close to... I guess I should Rabble Master first. Yeah, that does. the most. I get 2 treasures when I attack here, so second main I can do all sorts of shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Purphoros. Revenge on the burn player. 3-2 though. Positive record with this mono red impact Tremors deck. At the beginning of the league, I was talking about Ensnaring Bridge, maybe needing more in the main, but I actually think that's a sideboard card. Like, if I just dump all the bridges over here, and I could put the Abrades main as removal, I could put the Blood Moons main. I kind of like the idea of the Abrades being main. There's not a lot of decks where Abrade's not going to find a target, and in those matchups, you have the looting effects. I didn't play against Is It Murktide at all, which is the main reason you want Ensnaring Bridge. But it's not the whole metagame, and Bridge just got boarded out every single round. Genesis Chamber might be too cute. It's really risky to spend 2 mana on something where your opponent gets the first use out of it. I would really like more action on 2 mana, because I'm not doing a lot of that right now. Could bring a 3rd Norin back in. There's no denying the impact of Norin on a game of Magic here with the rest of the engine here. And the 8 looting effects between Fable and Pyromancer plus Fury, we have 12 ways to use a redundant or not good Norin. I like that a lot. Trying to think of like another card we can play that interacts early without being a complete joke. Fury is just the perfect thing. Obviously, it's a mythic rare from a set designed to shake up Modern. It should be good. But being a cheap spell that interacts and also a creature for the things that care about that, it also has 2 devotion for Purphoros and becomes insane in the late game. Aha, I've found the answer, and it's a card we played against in this very league. Bone Crusher Giant. Interacts on 2, it's a play on 3. 4 might be a lot of Ensnaring Bridges for the sideboard. Moving a Braid over here, because Bone Crusher is now doing that job. Do I need 2 Abrades and 2 Shattering Sprees now that my main deck has 3 Bone Crusher Giants in it? I don't think so. Is Bone Crusher better than Rabble Master? Rabble Master was on the shit list when in the beginning of the deck tech. Like, I get it's a creature that makes more creatures, but I think, and I talk about this all the time, I like building to the floor, not the ceiling. Like, the floor is we have to actually react to an opponent. We have to kill a Goblin Guide. We have to kill an Inkmoth Nexus or something. The ceiling is Rabble Master goes unopposed. I like building to the floor, and Bone Crusher Giant fits exactly what I was looking for in the role in this deck. 3 might be too many Purphoroses, but wow, does it win the game when it shows up. You could turn a Norin and a Purphoros into like 2 Magus of the Moon. That is a creature that's also a Blood Moon, and having that effect in the main is pretty exciting. A lot of people won't be ready for it. Yeah, I actually kind of like that. Sorry, Norin. And is Purphoros the cut? Yeah, that's just not good in opening hands. If I'm putting 2 Magus of the Moon in the main deck, I don't need 3 Blood Moon in the sideboard anymore. That's way too much of that effect. I could get the 4th Chalice in there. Oh, wait. It's the Dragon Claws. A couple of Dragon Claws in there. Relic of Progenitus also helps against Is It Murktide. It keeps Murktide out of play. So we have like 6 cards. And you would also bring in a Braid in that matchup. You might have to bring in Chalice as well. I don't know. You can figure out that matchup when you get paired against it. I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, Blood Moon is really important in the matchups where it's important. So I think I do want 3 copies across the 75. Chalice is really important when it's important too. Burn is a big part of the metagame, but alright. I'm going to put 2 Dragon Claws in there, and I'm going to call it a day. Made a lot of changes to this deck in the final iteration after putting up a positive record. I have weirdly high hopes for this deck. That it's weird how good this actually performed, how well it actually did. And I'm going to leave it there. Rob, thank you for asking me to play Mono Red Impact Tremors. I hope I have moved the archetype forward. The deck looks very different than when I first received it, and I'm excited about it. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the links in the video description below, and I'll see you next time.